Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Guys, very exciting stuff going on. We're actually just going to start off with that meta has tanked in the after hours. Guys, this is amazing. All right, why is it amazing? Because we now get to play that bounce. We now get a meta that has died. We now get a meta with the daily RSI being all the way down here. It could, all right, continue dying, and it could have just started one of these cycles here where it just, really just dies. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's probably going to get bought up. I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to say, all right, I'm going to probably buy this thing off open with some time. We're going to give it a month, maybe 2 months. And I think that position is just kind of destined to make money there. I think there's two ways this could go. All right. Either I am going to be wrong and we are going to just continuously sell off. All right. And meta has just started. Instead of this, it's going to be the reverse. All right. That's one of two ways. The other way is this thing is literally going to get bought up. All right. It could happen off of open and have a sick nasty it could start a sick nasty short squeeze tomorrow, all right, or it could take a few days. And honestly, guys, I give this we're not even going to call it a few days. We're going to say 1 to 2 weeks. All right, I would expect this thing to recover. The daily RSI is going to be down here, oversold. You had a beat on earnings, all right, but the 4-hour RSI also happens to be just sitting right here under 30. All right. Last time I saw that, this thing did get bought up. Now, fortunately for us, the premiums have, guys, they're good. The call premiums, they might actually, you know what? The premiums may be juiced because this is a massive move. And now there's people like me are like, hey, all right, this thing could go. But they're not going to be nearly as juiced as they were heading into this earnings announcement. And guess what, guys? This was a big move. You could have played weeklies and you could have gotten paid. So I guess the option chain, they knew a big move was coming. They didn't know what direction, but they knew the big move was coming. It happened. Now, I'm just putting it out there. I think this thing is going to get bought up. I think it's just going to be a higher low kind of thing that happens. You're finally getting a meta pullback. So there's that. All right. Do with that info what you will. It is, it does not make a difference to me. You guys know what I'm thinking on this thing. I think this thing's going to get bought up. All right. For a very long time now. You could, I'm just saying, give it some time. You're going to get to play a bounce. All right. Now, again, if it was just downtrending, then that would not be the case. But for a very long time now, meta has gone straight up. So, pullbacks truly are glorious buying opportunities. You haven't gotten this opportunity since the exact bottom down here. And I don't think meta is going to start a downtrend. I really don't. I think I give heavy weight to one of those two scenarios. And I think, the bullish scenario, I think it's going to happen. All right. But, guys, 530 days. Okay. It's actually like 540, 550. Yeah, 540 days, guys. This thing has respected this pattern. All right. This trend here where, guess what? 4-hour RSI, near oversold territory. Honestly, you could kind of just call it right here. You're getting bought up. Look, it reversed its trend. It bottomed out, and then it has respected this for a while. You could have bought in with like a few weeks on your contracts and your calls every time, and it looks like you would have made money. This is a big one. All right. So I'm glad we started the video off with that, got that out of the way. But that does bring us over to SPY. All right. So SPY and QQQ, guys, they are down in the after hours. But guess what, guys? We were looking for the pullback today. Did anybody forget about that one? I think maybe people might just associate me now as perma bull Henrik, guys. All right. I'm telling you, I ain't just a perma bull. All right. I'm someone who sees things on the charts, and sometimes I'm early to parties. All right. I'm early. But most of the time, the party ends up coming my way anyway. So it is okay. You did have this low volume bounce. We were talking about this yesterday, and I did think that it was going to go something like over here. Now, where are we? Dun, 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 dun. right here. I don't remember what I was referencing exactly. But there was another occurrence of this that I was... Oh, right here. This is exactly what I was talking about. Why? Because I think this is like the stage we're in right here, all right? Let's look at it this way. Minus 5%, minus 5.75%, minus 5.75%. Guys, I tried telling you guys when we were coming down into this, like, we're either going to start bouncing up here, we're going to come down, we're going to get a bigger bounce, all right? And then you get to short that bounce if you want to take a shot. But I was very vocal about, hey, you're shorting down here. I don't think there's much. I really don't think there's much. All right. I did definitely point out this 493.56 level as like, hey, all right, if you weren't going to hold your gap, probably just going to come a little lower and do that. And honestly, at the time, guys, I remember being pretty unsure. All right. Because at the end of the day, you have every freaking perma bear and their mother sitting there. They're like, look at that. Oh, it died. Oh, look at that. Oh, it died. Oh, it's going to keep dying. Oh, holy crap. Oh, stupid Henry. All right. But, I'm just going to say right now, guys, typically when you have that going on, you don't have a lot of downside. And then you combine that with something like this. VIX just staying up here. You thought this thing was, after this day, you thought it was just going to not do that same exact thing. Guys, if we got VIX bouncing up, it was going to get crushed. All right. You've now seen the VIX crush. So for anybody new to the channel, when we talk about the VIX's daily RSI getting up here, there's a reason for it. And we also mentioned this weekly RSI, guys. All right. It was getting up to the same place it crushed from last time. All right. It was getting up to the highest point over here since your COVID crash. Right here. 68. Well, intra week there, it was getting up there. It was getting up there. It was right underneath it. And I was like, guys, I don't think this is going to crash. I think it's probably not going to do so, all right? So I held on. And I shut out the noise because people tend to be very freaking loud around tops or bottoms. They love to be loud because they're like, oh, I'm right. I'm right. No. You're right for a little bit. All right? So technically you were right. So props to you. But you're not going to be right for wrong if you're still, trying to short the hold down here. Either way, you had a bullish close today. You did not have the volume to support that. All right. You come over here to QQQ. You had slightly higher volume there. All right. Also had the bullish close above the 9. IWM, same thing over here, which I'm actually going to talk about this real quick. IWM didn't sell off, guys. That's because it's tech that did that. I feel like, I know for a fact what we talked about yesterday. We talked about this thing over here. All right. Right here. See how you have this big fat red bar? We'll see how you got up there. And it was with not the best volume on these days right here as you were climbing. Well, this is what I pointed to in yesterday's video. All right. And then you got the pullback for the higher low because I do think we're going to get that higher low. Now, what do we also have suggesting that we're going to get a pullback today? It was the 15-minute bearish divergence on every index that we watch. All right. You had IWM, DIA. All right. Right over here, DIA. IWM, SPY, QQQ. You did burn that this morning. All right. But you came right into this level here. All right. And then what I was looking for is this. All right. I'm looking for that, guys. And it's either going to be that at this point or it's going to be that. I'm just going to let you guys know. I'm not going to tease you or anything. It's right there. 8 minutes into the video. 8 minutes and 51 seconds. Guess what? All right. High or low. That's what we're looking for. Picture perfect. You're going to come down here. You're going to slice down here. You're going to come down. All right. 418 to 420. People are going to be like, oh, I told you so. Boom. We're going lower. And then boom, it's going to reverse. All right. You're going to have a 15-minute bullish divergence form. So, if you open around where you are right now, maybe get a little bounce. Maybe you bounce up to the low of day today. All right. Let's add on our level. All right, guys. So what are you watching tomorrow? Low 420. We're going to go like that. We're going to make you come down like that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So you got that going on. So let's talk about it. All right. You're probably going to open around here. If you open down here, I'm looking to buy this dip, guys. I think it's going to be good. All right. I trimmed things today. I think we're going to get, that dip buy opportunity. I think that's what we're getting right now. Let's actually see. Did Microsoft tank with this guy? Dang. All right. Amazon tanked with that guy? Dang. All right. But the big kahuna guy. All right, the big whale in the water. Right here, Mr. Meta. guys, I really do think this is going to be a nice dip buy. You haven't gotten to dip buy meta in a while. And I really don't think it's starting that downtrend. I think it's very likely that we are going to get that bought up. I don't know. But this is also one I want to point to, all right? Typically, you have a few more days of continuation after these big gap downs. I don't know. But this is like, 12% gap down. So I'm going to have to see about that. We will have to see. Like this one you didn't. All right. But you did have a low of 173, high of 179. That is not a big move. That is a 3% move in my direction. All right. So I don't know. We'll think about this one. We'll sit on it overnight. Okay. We'll sit on this idea here. Okay. Back over here to the indices. It kind of does support meta getting bought up. I do think we're making a higher low here. We're going to go higher. You're going to at least tap 508.50 over here in SPY. Notice you did not get up there. All right. I think you're at least coming up to 433.71 over here on QQQ. This is a very obvious spot for sellers to be. Why would they not be here? So if we come up here, you look too short right here. All right. You were looking to short this morning, but like the big short, the swing short, you do it from right here. Okay. Guys, I'm proud of myself. I don't think I've taken a put trade on the indices in quite some time. Like maybe some months. I was thinking about it. I pulled the trigger and I was like, holy crap, I haven't done this in a very long time. This is scary. All right. But then I was like, you know what? No, it's the same thing as like longing. You're just seeing things on charts. All right. And there we go. All right. I do wish I would have held to those. But, at the end of the day, pat myself on the back. I did it a few times. Okay. Why? Because I really don't think I've taken a put trade in a while. I haven't been comfortable, but I told you guys I was looking to short this thing. I'm going to short right here. All right. But there is the possibility you could just get these tech earnings doing some crazy things, guys. If Microsoft gets a beat, so let's just say you do rally tomorrow. So you open up here, you get a big green bar though, because you got bought up all day. Maybe close right here. All right. Well, from this point, what if we've seen these big tech earnings give us like a 1 to 1.5% gap up. Like, we've seen these before. Then what if it just brings you up here? At this point, now you're looking up here. Well, guys, all right. As we get into here, if this thing gets taken out, and there's a chance all of this, all right, all of this negative bear talk on the market is all going to get thrown out the window. And the bulls are going to go back to saying, like, I told you so, bears. Like, dips are for bulls. All right. I'm not saying that's going to happen because I'm definitely going to try it out there. But yeah, it's definitely a possibility we should think about. All right. There was this banana guy on Twitter. I saw him. He was arguing with this other guy. He was, well, not arguing, but one said 4,800 SPX. One said 5,300 SPX. I personally think 4,800 SPX and then 5,300 SPX. All right. I think I've been pretty vocal about the path I think things are going to take. But guys, you have two like major spots here that, you're finding buyers in. I don't care what you say. Like it's one or the other. And if you come all the way back down to 460, this is the confluence. Like if you guys want to talk about something, all right, we'll talk about it. I don't think it was on SPY. I think it was on QQQ. Right there. Where was it? I don't know. I could have swore SPY tapped its right here. Ah, I'm bugging. Right here. SPY. All right. You came right down smack dead to your golden pocket. So, if you want to do some things again, we could do some things again. All right. It would be very nice. But we're watching QQ this time. Okay. So QQ. I think I said SPY before. This is QQQ though. Definitely QQQ. All right. And if you guys want to see perfect use of the golden pocket, I will show you right after this how I used it today because people really like the golden pocket. I feel like that's what I get asked the most. All right, guys. My path. Boom. Either this or it's going to be this. Maybe something like that. Boom. All right. So like in all honesty, this right here is going to be a flag, just like this was a flag. All right. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. All right. Am I doing this right, Elliott Speak people? Am I doing it right? I think I'm doing it right. All right. That's what we're going to be watching for. That's my path. And at the end of the day, if this becomes the case, we could come over here to Mr. SPX. And SPX, all right, you have one right there. You have one right there. It's one or the other is very likely going to prop this bull market up. All right. So whether you get this or you get this and then this, it does not matter. But in between, this is where I say, all right, yes, you have 20 points here. But this is where I would say get like, 2-month out longs over here on SPY. And I'm going to call it free money. All right. Because if you really do manage to sell down here, things are going to look how they were over here. And at that point, I think they're really worth a buy. No, I don't think you're going to come all the way down here to the golden pocket though. All right. You could do something like this. And let's look at it this way. This would be on SPY. This would be $25 worth of range. Okay. It would be more than that. It would be $30, just about. All right. But guys, keep in mind, you can just buy date down here, somewhere in between here and here. It's going to be, we're going to obviously connect the dots in real time on this channel when things come together. We definitely will be doing that. Okay. But, at the end of the day, in between here and here, it's probably you're getting a really nice opportunity for this. All right. Yeah, okay, that's shit. Pardon my French. Maybe you get to take it. I don't know. All right. Yeah, anyway, wherever you take it down here, I do think you're going to run back up the high, and I think you're going much higher, okay? That's like realistically what I think. I'm not saying 6,000. I am not. All right. I'm not a perma bull. But I am a realist, and just like you were doing these things over here, I think you're probably just going to keep doing them over here until they do actually cut rates. And then I think you get, maybe we get this, and then somewhere over here, they cut rates. And then it's like, you get one more push, and then the big kahuna. Dun, dun, dun. All right. But it's going to take some time. So maybe it just goes like that. I don't know. This is like realistically what I see though. This is my long-term view for no, I don't know. After all this time, I don't know if you're gonna do any crazy stuff like that. Maybe it's something like this. All right. Maybe this happens really quick because like boom, it's an actual crash, not the thing that people were just talking about not too long ago. Oh, war crash. No, not war crash. You buy the war dip. All right. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. 18 minutes in, guys. 18 minutes into the vid. Not COVID. Don't shadow ban my video now, YouTube. Please don't. Because I said that. All right. Real time. Golden pocket, guys. This is literally it. It does not get any simpler than this whatsoever. You guys want to see something else that's pretty crazy? All right. You had a third go at this. You guys see what I see? All right. You have a 1 right there. You have a 2 right there. You have a 3 right there. See how those wicks? They did come above the 0.786 fib, all right? But I will definitely say it's not always going to be respected, just like over here. Okay. Yes, you got buyers immediately stepping in here. All right. But, I see quite often on futures, especially. Yeah, no, it does not get respected all the time. Okay, but here on QQ and SPY, I kind of love it. So there is that. And you could have done the same exact thing over here. QQ. Did you make it up to there? No. All right. But you were definitely watching that. And this is where you were looking for your breakdown. You had a very clear setup going on this morning here. You either could play some upside on a break of that. All right. And you'd be looking for a new high of day. Or at least you would look for boom, boom, boom. Golden pocket. So you could have played, out move up there. I don't know. All right. That would have been that. But realistically, downside, that is definitely what I was looking for. You had these bearish divergences going on. You're coming right up here. And yeah, every index had that. So there's that going on. And then, yeah, you're looking for a bounce here. And if there was no bounce here, you were going to be think over here is where I was watching, around there. 425.25. I think that was where I was watching. All right, so you got that going on over there, and you did ultimately have this support that held over there. So there was that. All right, guys, you just literally, like, if you're playing these things intraday, you know, and you break through here, well, just go to the next, like, open spot on the chart. The next, after this, it's going to be down here. After that, it's going to be right here. We talked level to level in yesterday's video. This really is a very simple way of trading, guys. All right? It does not have to be anything crazy. No fancy stuff. All right? You had a level here. Right underneath here, you actually got a break and retest. There's that going on right there. And then you have this. You found buyers right here. They psyched you out. They made you get back some of those profits. Maybe you shorted again. I don't know. All right. You can use the 5 EMA. I like using this 3 EMA. Not 3 EMA. The 3-minute 9 EMA is what I like using. All right. Stay even over here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Just rides it up, rides it down. I understand you had a little fake out, but boom, came right back. Look for the retest. There's your scalp. All right. Maybe you're getting faked out and then you're getting all pissed off because you got faked out right there. I don't know. But then you had a double bottom right there, broke out. Guess what? Now you're looking for the retest. All right. You got the retest right here. Maybe you took your profits right there. Well, an NQ, that would have been decent. You know, you got a little something out of it. All right. But maybe you just held it and maybe you got to ride it. I don't know. And then you broke under right there. And there's your scalp. And retest. There's your scalp. Maybe you got a little pissed off. All right. But either way, there's your scalp. You came above it. All right. You broke out from this little base down here. And now the tides are changing. You break above this high right here. You're like, oh, now we're in a 3-minute uptrend. Oh, you look for the 3 EMA, that 3-minute 9 EMA test. Oh, boom. You have another push. I don't know. All right. I'm weird. So let's stop talking about this 3-minute chart. Let's move on. All right. Coming back over here. In the end, guys, looking for a bounce. Picture perfect. We were looking for the sell in yesterday's video. We got our sell. This is definitely exactly, what I had in mind. We were going to begin that sell. We didn't have to get it. Market could do whatever it wants, but there is that. And now, where are we going to be watching? Right down here. All right. I do think we already went over this, but yeah, we're definitely just going to be watching right down here. Maybe you get this bounce. Maybe it gets sold right down here. Maybe you have a 15-minute bullish divergence as you come down into this level where you broke out from. Sellers, sellers, buyers. All right? Respected zone. We're going to talk about it. Right here, you're probably at least going to get that dead cat bounce. All right? At least this is a move that you can look forward to playing. Okay? And it probably would come up here. And then maybe, boom, maybe come down. And honestly, I don't think you get down here. You're probably going to get buyers there. All right. But at that point, you would undercut this low. You'd come down here. And guys, you'd have your bullish divergence. So I don't know what to tell you. Not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby at all. For the long side still. We're not looking to go short into this. Do you see a scenario over here where this happened? Well, I'm sure people would think of the same exact thing after they saw this thing. What the heck is this thing? All right. This is a $14 sell. Well, guys, what are we at right now? We're at just about a $10 sell, an $8 sell. Not so bad. Higher low. There's that. Now, what do you have warning you about today as well? You had VIX doing this thing. All right. First things first. You had the bullish divergence as you swept under here. That was going on. Then you broke above here. VIX honestly still looks like it could do some things. It could spike back up. But I do think it's likely to continue getting crushed for just a teensy bit longer. All right. Maybe into next week. There's that, because we'll have tomorrow. Let's say Microsoft misses, guys. It's going to put it in a bottom. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it's much more likely to be, and then boom, we get a rebound, and then we continue rebounding over the following trading sessions. And then somewhere down the line, probably going to sell in some of these spots we've mentioned in. Right up here at 433. Guess what? Golden pocket. Also right there. 435.50. Well, if you do get the scenario where you come down here, all right, and you do get the bullish divergence, well, then you just got that. And it aligns perfectly with our level. And then boom. All right. Things ain't looking too bad, guys. They ain't looking too bad. Let's talk about it. SMCI. All right. I do think this is one that's going to have a big rebound. All right. People might be forgetting about it, but every single time you have one of these moves, guys, all right, you can play the weeklies and you can pull like a 5 to 10x out of them. All right. Every time you got one of these, you can play the weeklies, you can pull it. All right. You got the both moves. All right. I just haven't played the downside. But you know, I've definitely seen SMCI. You can see some of these things go crazy every single time. The calls, the weeklies. All right. You do have earnings though, so you can't really play it much down here. But just thought I'd talk about it. NVIDIA though, all right, that is one that if it does end up really coming all the way back down and swooping under this low, you're watching it again and it's probably going to have another face ripper. All right, that's also one you could be watching on this dip. And these are things, guys, that tell me that we're probably not going much lower. So yes, we can continue this sell that we started with the meta earnings, but I don't think it's going much lower. And I want to make that abundantly clear throughout this video. All right, next thing we're going to talk about. We're going to come over here to Mr. Microsoft. Microsoft, guys, if this thing if we continue falling tomorrow, this thing's going to tank into earnings. And at that point, you know, you probably do get a decent move. All right, so there's that. What are we going to talk about? Amazon. Same thing, except you're coming down, guys. You're coming, oh, Jesus, Amazon. Stop. What are you doing, Amazon? What are you doing? That's a big boy sell. All right. There's a big boy sell after hours. Holy, I didn't even see that. All right. Regardless, guys, regardless, Amazon coming down into this level. Underneath, though, even if you don't hold right there, you do have this uptrend going on. You're going to find buyers. All right. Freaking, this is not the one I don't think I was watching. Maybe it is. All right. Maybe you don't have the uptrend. Maybe I was just seeing it. Yeah, I was definitely just seeing it. Where was I seeing an uptrend? Nope, never mind, guys. I take it back. I take it back. There's no uptrend there. I lied. I don't like to lie, but in that, I accidentally did. Okay? I accidentally did. There's that. There's no uptrend. Regardless, you're coming into this break and retest zone off of this key level. This is from the weekly chart. All right, so I think it's extremely likely that if you come into 171, you're going to find buyers there. Watch it. All right. Of course, we'll talk about Mr. Meta. Let's see what's happening. You're down at 416. All right, guys. If this thing really does come down to 400, you came down to 400. You better do that intraday tomorrow. All right, you better fill this gap. Guys, if you fill this thing, at that point, I am going to say you probably are going to get a short squeeze going on. All right. Maybe, no, you're going to want to see it right away because if it doesn't happen right away, then it doesn't happen. 406.36. That's what you're really paying attention to over here. 406.36. And then if we were going to, big numbers. All right, right there. And then what are we also going to be paying attention to? The actual earnings gap. All right, this is your gap support. 450. That is what we're watching, guys. If you come down, you fill that. Boom, bop, bing, boo, pow. Probably look for a bounce. So this is what I was really hoping was going to be the case because at this point now, do you see what I see? All right. First of all, actually, this is tragic if this is going to be left unfilled. All right. Because let's look at it this way. You had this, and then you built an island. All right. You built an island. And then you have this. It could be an island reversal, but you can't see it on the weekly chart. So we're not going to call it an island reversal because I don't think that's going to be the case. Much more likely now, you're going to have this new gap. And we're going to be watching that. So let's talk about it. Right here, you have no price action. Low is 453.01. Actually, what is this one? 453. Bring it up a notch. 453, all right? So, guys, from down here, I'm looking for a recovery up to here. I don't know if it... I don't think it's going to happen all in one day. I really don't. It doesn't even have to happen this week, but I think it is likely. It also could happen something like this, where it takes some time. So this is what I'm saying as well. You know, it could do this, and it could screw a lot of people here who are trying along here. Does that, pisses them off because it comes back. But guys, this is like 30 days, so you don't want to see that, all right? If you're buying calls, you're buying puts, you don't want to see this, all right? But Nike is actually something I'm glad I brought up here. You do have this inverse head and shoulders going on over here, all right? But let's actually take it back to IWM. And you do also have that inverse head and shoulders, and since it does not have the same components as SPY and QQ, guys, it is in the exact same spot. It is not sold off as, like, at all, all right? DIA, I'm going to also guess is not really sold off. All right. It's gotten a little bit of a sell off, but it's not no QQQ or SPY over here where it's just kind of, down in the dirt. All right. It's not. So IWM, we're going to just do normal TA on it. And we're just going to say, that's not going to affect IWM. Regardless, let's go at it. Inverse head and shoulders formation. All right. If you're not a chart guy, this is a bullish reversal / continuation pattern. All right. Yes, it can be a continuation pattern. Right here, you had the same exact structure. You continued higher. All right. And, continuation pattern. Boom, boom, boom. All right. I understand it took some time. But, guys, when you see these things form, they typically are going to be, decent. There's that. You actually could have shoulder, head, shoulder, higher. All right. I don't know. Regardless, it's a bullish pattern. That is what I want to make clear. If you come down here, I don't care. You're still just going to have a right shoulder, and I think you're probably going to get a higher low, and then you're going to get a continued bounce. All right. Daily RSI came all the way down here. I want to see it rebound. It does not have to do this again, but I want to see this. I don't think it's going to stall out here. See how you did that, and then you came down, and then boom. All right. This is like realistically what I think is about to happen. I think we're coming down for a higher low on these things if they come down. All right. They don't have to come back, but they can come back. All right. Baby, come back. IWM. You can't blame it all on me because we're going to ride you up if you do come over here. And then we're going to be happy. IWM. All right, guys. So that's really what we're looking at, guys. If you come over here, look for buyers. But all in all, guys, you're still looking for buyers up here. This is a bullish chart. I don't know what to tell you. It's a bullish chart. It's buying QQQ. All right. You're still looking for a higher low. I just don't know where it's going to be at. It's either going to be at that level right there, or you're going to come down here and you're going to make it right there. And if you don't make it, guys, look for buyers in the same exact spot. The daily RSI was down here. Maybe we undercut the low and scare the crap out of everyone. You're probably going to just put in a bullish divergence and then shoot to the moon. All right. You guys want to see over here? Yeah, you did something like that and then shoot to the moon. And the moon, guys, all right, it does not have to go crazy, but it does have to go quick. That was a $16 move in 3 trading sessions. I'd call it quick. If you catch that, it's a quick money move. There you go. All right. So, guys, I think that's pretty much it. DIA, guys, we did say sellers were either going to be stepping in here or we're watching the golden pocket. You're back testing that level. So, yeah, picture perfect. There you go. All right. You come over here, NQ. Oh, gotta type it over here. Come over here to NQ. What did you have at the bottom before? All right. I thought short-term downside was limited. I thought we're probably going to be getting a bounce around this level over here. You did get your bounce. It turned out to be a dead cat bounce, and then you went lower. All right. Did you quite hit the golden pocket there? Oh, where did you have buyers stepping in? Right at the golden pocket. Figures. All right. And then, oh, it then sold off from there, and you created another one. Where did sellers step in? Figures. Golden pocket. You sold off to a new low. You broke that, and you were like, oh, crap. All right. And do you guys want to see something else? Oh, what happened? Buyers. You know, this is all it is, guys. This is all it is. But now you do have this bullish divergence going on there. So that is something to take note of. But, guys, we definitely can continue lower. All right. This thing has room to go down. And if you really are going to be playing this thing, all right, you really want to take a long for a higher low. It's going to be right in between here and here. You're either going to get buyers holding this zone, is taken from the daily time frame. You're going to get buyers holding that zone, or you're going to get buyers holding this zone. That's where you're looking at for your higher low. If you slightly undercut it, same thing I was just mentioning on SPY and QQQ. You're just going to have that bullish divergence over here on the daily time frame, and then you're probably going to rip some faces. And at that point, guys, we could make it up to the high. All right. With that being said, I hope everybody has a lovely rest of their day, rest of their evening, and I will catch you all in the next one. If you guys did enjoy this video and you do enjoy the content that we put out every single day, except for Sundays on this channel, please spread the word. Please share it with someone that you think would find value in this content, that you think maybe could make money off this content, maybe can learn from this content, maybe just likes hearing people talk about SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA, and Mr. VIX. I don't know. Or stonks. If you like stonks, spread the word. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.